6 people, 1 brutal murder, and a confession that shattered a town. But what if the confession was a lie? Today, we're diving deep into the gripping HBO documentary series, Mind Over Murder. This isn't just a true crime story. It's a chilling exploration of memory, justice, and how easily the human mind can be manipulated. In 1985, a beloved grandmother named Helen Wilson was found murdered in her home in Beatrice, Nebraska. The case went cold for years until in 1989. A local police investigation led to the arrest of 6 individuals who became known as the Beatrice Six. The bizarre part? Some of them confessed to the crime. One of the 6 even implicated the others, providing a detailed account of the horrific night. With these confessions, the case seemed closed. All 6 were convicted and sent to prison. Justice served, right? Not even close. Years later, new DNA evidence surfaced. And this is where the story takes a mind-bending turn. The DNA found at the crime scene didn't match any of the Beatrice Six. Not a single one. It matched another individual entirely, a man who had long been a suspect but was never charged. Faced with irrefutable scientific proof, all 6 convictions were overturned. The Beatrice Six were exonerated after spending a combined total of more than 70 years in prison for a crime they did not commit. This raises a terrifying question. Why would innocent people confess to a murder they didn't commit? Mind Over Murder digs into the psychology behind false confessions. The documentary reveals the intense, high-pressure interrogation techniques used by law enforcement. We learn about something called memory contamination, where investigators, sometimes unintentionally, feed suspects details about the crime. Over hours and hours of questioning, exhaustion, and the desire to please authority figures, these planted memories can start to feel real. The suspects, confused and vulnerable, begin to believe they might have been there, that they might have repressed the traumatic memory. The series uses fascinating archival footage of the actual police interrogations. You can see the confusion on the suspects' faces as they struggle to piece together a story that isn't theirs. One of the 6, Joseph White, was the only one who consistently maintained his innocence from day one. He fought tirelessly from behind bars to prove their collective innocence. Tragically, he died in a work accident in prison just before the DNA evidence came to light. His fight, however, paved the way for the others' freedom. Mind Over Murder isn't just about the 6 individuals. It's also about the town of Beatrice. The documentary brilliantly captures the community's reaction, both then and now. In the 80s, the town was desperate for an answer, for a villain to blame. The confessions provided that sense of closure. When the 6 were exonerated, it ripped the wound wide open again. Many townspeople still have trouble accepting their innocence. They ask, why would they confess? It's easier to believe in a group of killers than to accept that the justice system, their own local police force, could make such a catastrophic mistake. The series also features a local community theater group that decides to stage a play about the case. This is a brilliant narrative device. It forces the townspeople to confront the facts, to listen to the interrogation transcripts, and to literally act out the roles of the investigators and the accused. Through this play, we see opinions begin to shift. People who were once certain of the 6's guilt start to see the shades of gray and the terrifying possibility that their neighbors were coerced into believing a lie. It's a powerful metaphor for how art can challenge our deepest convictions and foster empathy. So what happened to the real killer? The DNA pointed to Bruce Allen Smith, an early suspect who had even left town shortly after the murder. By the time the DNA results came back, Smith had already died, so he never faced justice in a courtroom. The Beatrice Six, meanwhile, were left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. They won a massive $28 million civil rights lawsuit against the county for the wrongful conviction, but no amount of money can give them back the decades they lost. Mind Over Murder is a must-watch. It's a slow-burn psychological thriller that's more interested in the why than the who. It challenges our faith in the justice system, our understanding of memory, and the very nature of truth itself. It serves as a stark reminder that a confession isn't always the end of the story. Sometimes it's the beginning of a devastating lie. It makes you question everything you thought you knew about crime and punishment. So what do you think? Have you seen Mind Over Murder? What are your thoughts on false confessions and the power of psychological suggestion? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. If you're fascinated by deep dives into complex cases like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.